We still have some bottled water in the house, and we can get water. So as long as we know it's not going to be forever, we're fine.
I'm super impressed that they got 5G working by our house now.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the speed is great.
Just takes money.
The latency though is still high because I tried to upload one of my videos last night, and it was like, because it was like saying I had 56 up, and I was like, well, that's still rivaling the thing, and it's like it would be fine for speed. Latency was way higher than ours. So.
Well, it's still faster than
our upload latency is about 3 to 4 milliseconds.
Yeah,
it was like 200 milliseconds.
Again, is it faster than it was?
For upload speed?
Yeah,
that's roughly about the same.
What about for download?
Oh no, the upload in terms of megabits per second is up.
Yes,
but the latency is still as high as it was before.
Yeah, well.
I mean, the upload used to be on 4G over there, was right on like 20 to 30 megs up, but the latency was still 250-ish. Even though the speed is actually showing like on the speed test of like 50, 55, 56 or something, the latency is still the same.
Well, one step at a time.
Like download speeds are like massively improved. From 4G, what it was like you were getting maybe 100 to 150 on 4G LTE. Now it's like 800 to 900 down. So it's like massive improvement. Now, if you're not doing massive uploading, that's great. I mean, if we weren't doing the uploading that I'm doing all the time, then I mean, you start to question why you have cable at that point.
Well, that is some of the issues.
Although Midco's fiber service, their plan by, I think it's 2025, is to have everything on their network capable of doing 10 gigabit service.
Oh, not 1 gig, 10 gig.
10 gig, everybody.
That is fast.
That is their plan, and they've gotten pretty close to getting that rolled out.
Well, you got to get all the fiber laid out.
Well, yeah.
Upgrades.
Yeah.
Probably have to maybe replace
what they do is put an ODN junction box on your house.
Yes.
And they run the fiber. Now, I don't know if you run cat cable from there to your machine, or you run the fiber directly to your
with the battery.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they attach the box to your house that has the fiber.
There's fiber outside our house right now.
Yeah, I know.
For the cable. For SRT.
I know. Yeah, they run it to the box, and then they run it to our house.
Right. But we don't use it that way.
I don't know, once they have the fiber hooked up to your box that's attached to your house, whether it takes another fiber strand that goes to your whatever you have,
or whether it goes network cable,
or if it's network cable.
I would think
network cable.
Yeah, in your
and
house.
To get the network cable speed. See, here's the thing: is we have cats. We had the old Cat 6 stuff.
Yep, it was new at the time.
That will only support a maximum of 1 gig up down.
Again, when we bought it, it was
new. It was the newest. It was actually newer than what they recommended.
Right.
Since we don't have that running throughout the whole house anymore, it's pretty much everything's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Except for between the modem and the router, which is all we really need at this point. I mean, my old computer, my old desktop, which I almost don't use anymore, still has it, but other than that, nobody else has it. Everything else is Wi-Fi.
I've got a Cat 6 over there by the.
I don't think it's hooked up though.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is.
Yep, it was. It still works for those.
I bought a small cable, and it's coming.
Yeah.
It's a small 3-foot cable.
Yep.
It's going to run from my modem to the router.
Yeah.
It is a Cat 8 cable.
There you go.
Which is, here you go. Cat 6 cable, which is what we have mostly running around the house, is 1 gig up, 1 gig down. Cat 7 was 10 gigs up, 10 gigs down.
Okay.
Want to know what Cat 8 is?
10, 20.
40 gigabits a second up, down.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
now,
they're going to have to bring the fiber in the house somewhere. The
router that I'm planning to buy has dual 10 gigabit ports.
Right. question is, do we put it in a different room at some point?
Oh, is this thing have much more better range than
No,
what
no, I
my current
mean,
was?
where do they want to put the fiber?
Don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
Shortest one possible.
Welcome to Hardy's.
Yes, how about a loaded burrito and a monster?
No.
Now,
It's fine.
again, I'm going to ask the question. I hope you listen this time. May end up relocating the modem and a router to a different area.
That's fine. That's
like
fine.
the living room.
That's fine.
Because that would be closer to the cable.
Yes.
And that might be what they're looking to do.
That would be fine. That would be absolutely fine.
I'm just saying they might want to put it right out there.
No, that's fine. It would work just fine there.
Next to where all the other utilities are at.
Yeah, that's fine.
And they run fiber. Well, it's still coax there. From the hubs down to us is still coax.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah, well, they would have to put fiber from there to our, what we're going to call a SNE.
Yeah.
And then into the house.
Yeah, I don't know if they would still run it into the SNE or if they just run the direct fiber line to the box on the house.
The way it looks with the SRT is and we'd have to ask Jennifer, but I think they ran the fiber into the house. They have the modem / whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked at it.
Not exactly sure on that because I've heard different opinions
it has
from.
to have access to power.
Well,
because it's a
I know
it's a router.
I don't know though with the fiber coming in is if it's an RG45 jack on the end of the fiber, it could go directly into the router. It's possible because you're not using any username or passwords to authenticate.
Okay.
That's all done by MAC address and IP, which is kind of how cable's gone through. I don't know if it terminates at a RG45 jack. You could literally bypass the modem and just hook it directly into your router. But I don't know exactly how they're doing their
situation. I have no idea.
I've seen like 4 different ways that you can do it.
Yeah. Well, it ain't here and it won't be here for a while.
Well, actually,
what does that smell?
I think somebody's diesel engine was burning.
Something else. Maybe it's the food.
No, I think it's a diesel engine.
No, it's something else.
Yeah, we don't normally have this turned on.
It ain't the truck.
I think it's somebody's diesel engine. It smells kind of like diesel.
Some fresh air. So they're going to keep that, and they took the anchor clads off of it.
Yeah,
and they're going to rebuild it and use it.
Oh yeah. Had an option for barometric pressure.
Really?
Yeah. But it reads it in like, it doesn't read it in like millibars or inches. It reads it in like, in the kilopascals or something. I don't know. It's a weird, I don't know if there's a way I can convert it. There might be, but.
That might be a European. Millimeters, you would think would be whatever.
Well, millibars. You'd think millibars because
that's what's been used that way.
That's what they use for hurricanes.
That's what they use for lots of things.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a setting.
Barometer usually is millimeters.
Well, it's usually for. Well, it's usually an inch thingies for U.S.
Well, it's
like
usually
29.61 or something.
Right.
Yeah, I usually use kilopascals. And again, it might just be a setting, but it has the option.
I think it's millimeters, not kilopascal. It's kilopascal.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Whole different measurement.
It is what it is.
I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
And I think it's a setting. Yeah, I think it's a setting somewhere. Probably because I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, well, I'd rather have that there than the other. Then
they had a thing that said you could put your finger on your phone and it would give you a blood pressure thing, and I'm like,
where would that be?
It's an app, and you put it on the screen, and you push your finger in there, and I don't know that that's going to be very accurate.
If it has a sensor that's capable of doing that, yeah.
Usually you got to wrap it around you.
Well, usually it's one of those cuff things that get a react. But if you had a sensor on your phone that would do it, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but if you're just downloading an app and it's telling you to put your finger on the phone, I don't see how it's doing anything.
I don't know how it measures.
Because I don't think you can measure through it, even if you had a
maybe you can.
If you had a thumb reading thingy, I don't know if you'd get even any reading. I don't think phones have those on them. You'd have to have a sensor that's capable of doing it.
Yes, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying it says put your finger here and we can get you blood pressure. I'm like, I don't know how that's going to work.
I'm like, is it just magic?
Yeah, well, okay.
Will it give you a reading with your finger not on the phone? That's my thinking.
And if you got a dirty screen, does that affect it?
Oh yeah, you have a screen protector.
Oil grime on
you have a screen protector too.
Yeah. All of that may have its own effect.
My guess is it's a, and I bet it's a paid app too, right?
I don't know. I didn't.
My guess is they're going to give you a reading that's like what they consider average, and it's just gonna give you something when you press it,
whether it's accurate or not.
It's pressing it like you're pressing a key.
Right, what you're telling
because there's no sensor in the phone.
It's telling it to give it a value.
Yes.
Of whatever.
It'll give you an average.
Yeah.
That what most people's averages are, just to trick you.
Well, you need to know what it currently is. If it's
well, even the ones they have for the watches, the ones that actually do that stuff, you have to calibrate it every 30 days from an actual cuff, and then you calibrate it like you take like 7 different calculations from a cuff, and you calibrate your thing on the watch.
Yeah.
And then it will supposed to give you a basis on that reading for that 30-day period, and then you have to recalibrate it the next month.
Yeah.
And it's giving you a baseline of what it's sensing. So at least that's what they say it's supposed to do. From the little information I watched on all these videos. Now those are the ones just with the sensor. There are those couple ones that literally will compress down the. See, it has your normal band, and then it has a band within the normal in the band that's supposed to like inflate slightly and do your wrist. I don't know exactly how that works, but it's like the one that was there. There's like 2. Yeah, I'm sure your battery will go worse because of that, but there's like 2 that actually have like inflatable little cuffs that are they're embedded into the wristband.
Yeah,
but they're quite slightly separated too.
Which means the wristbands are going to be expensive too.
Well, I don't know. If they go bad, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
You just can't place the wristband. You got to get the one.
But you're going to have to.
You got to get the one that inflates as well.
And does all the other ones. Stuff.
Well, you're going to have to get the replacement cuff from the company that also does the inflation.
Yeah, probably.
Which I'm sure will not be cheap.
No, don't hit Joe's car, okay?
No. We should be good. Yeah, I should be fine. Gotta get our stuff while our new server working. forest much as I can.
Trees are getting wise. The winter's coming.
Oh yeah, so it's not pollinating anymore. Well, the sun's setting earlier and rising later, so
Yeah, they're getting ahead.
that's stuff will start.
A little bit of a lag
Stuff
time.
is starting to kind of turn into places.
Yep.
Not too many, thankfully, but
Yeah.
there's certain to. This time next month will be all I'd be turning.
Well, I suspect they're probably right.
I always wanted to go see Pembina Gorge in the fall. I always thought that would be pretty. I've seen pictures of that.
I think I have, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, I know.
ago. Highway 5.
Yeah, the one that's straight up in the, Well, I don't think we've actually driven through Pembina Gorge in a long time.
Not since we went to Canada or something like that. It's been a while.
Yeah. No, we missed it because we turned
South.
We
to
turned
the
south
interstate.
at Pembina. We didn't even go through the actual gorge part of it.
It's not that long. It's not
No,
that
I know
big,
it's not.
really.
I know that's not very long. I know.
I did it, but when we were in
Yeah.
Grand Forks, it wasn't that long of a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think gas was a lot cheaper too. Half-ton pickup got 20 miles a gallon.
That's pretty good. That's on it.
3-speed on the column, 300 in line 6. Yeah.
20 miles to the gallon back then. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, 3-speed, half-ton.
You know that most vehicles that right now still can't get that.
I know. Well, this is a half-ton
Yeah.
with a 306 3-speed, 2-wheel drive, and it did just about anything you ever wanted it to do. It wasn't 4-wheel drive, but it did really good. Studded tires in the back, it did pretty good. Want to throw a little weight back there. It would go most places.
Yeah.
It was a nice little truck. Should have kept it probably.
We've been a rust bucket by now.
Well, no, but I mean at that time, yeah, you're right. 76 right now would be kind of full of rust.
Very rust.
Yeah.
Nothing but rust there. Nothing.
But it was a nice little truck.
That 78 was almost nothing but rust at that time.
79.
79, yeah. Yeah, if that thing would have had 4-wheel drive,
It would have been a beast.
it would have been dead by now too. But
Well,
little details.
true, but it's just it was falling apart.
How much quick steel was holding the floor together? Almost all of it.
Well, there was boat dock sign in there between the frame and the body.
Really?
I had got some aluminum boat sign. And
Oh
I
wow.
cut it and put it under there as support.
Okay.
That wasn't going to fail, and it
Yeah.
didn't fail. But the body was rotten out. The engine was still good. The engine was good because I had the engine. I had a rebuilt engine put in there, or whatever. It was a mistake. I should have just got rid of the truck then instead of putting all that money into it. And when I fired it up and drove it out, I sure hoped nobody would hit me. But the engine was still strong.
Yeah.
But that was a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have done that. Should have just
It is what
got
it
rid of
is.
it at the time. But I did, and they did it. They put it. And boy, it had, the engine was fine. Of course, the carburetor was shot, and they replaced the carburetor. It was where I remember you used to get those explosions in the car.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
Boom.
Well, that's kind of fun, yeah. Yep. Lots of
Well,
mistakes.
just when I thought my back wasn't feeling bad, just gave me a little twinge of pain. Thank you. There's not quite as much twinge of pain as I'm getting out of the rest of my knee, but yeah. At least I ain't shooting down my leg.
Yeah.
I was watching the one guy who does the van life stuff. He's got a herniated disc, which is pop on the nerve for the sciatica.
Yeah.
It's running down to his foot,
Yep.
and he's pretty much got the 10 unit maxed out on his hip and leg. I'm like, that would be no. Only time he takes it off is when he has to recharge it. That's bad. That's bad. Definitely recommend people that have 10s units on their back, don't put it over top where the nerve runs.
Well, you don't know what
You'll
you're
have
doing.
an excitement fun.
When you don't know what you're doing.
Don't put it over the nerve or the muscle that's spasming like crazy.
When you don't know what
You'll
you're doing.
have a much more exciting day in the ER.
You don't know what what you're doing.
Yeah, nobody told us either.
And don't crank it up to 10.
Oh, yeah.
That probably didn't help.
Right over the nerve that's spasming.
Yeah, it didn't make it happen.
No. Well, initially it felt good. Initially. Till we took it off.
Set on 2, maybe.
Till we took it off. Well, I couldn't feel it. I didn't know the dang thing was even working. So you set to the maximum level. Well, you can feel it pulsating then. Of course, later. Yeah. But over there, that hurt. Which was a bad thing to do. Which was a bad thing. That honestly is the most excruciating pain I've ever experienced in my life.
Well, I think being on fire would probably be worse.
Yeah, probably. Well, again, I thought at the time, before that ever happened.
They're hydroseeding, so they're done.
Yeah, see, before that ever happened, I thought the most painful experience ever was when the Novocaine wore off after the tooth extraction. After wisdom teeth extraction. I thought that was the most, because that felt like you were literally on fire.
Eventually that's going to go away.
That's what I experienced. That's what I expected the most bad pain you could ever have in your life. At the time. Now that nerve in that back. No, not even close. It makes that pain when the Novocaine wore off like it looked like a quiet picnic. I can still feel that. Mind you, when they were taking blood out of my wrist with multiple pokes of the needle, that wasn't any fun either.
Nope.
That was another one of those pains you can still feel.
Yep.
That's when my artery really literally wrapped itself around from the bottom of my hand all to the top. And I remember the ER doctor they brought in, because they didn't have an on-call doctor at the time, because I've never seen that happen before.
That's smart fear.
No, it's called being tortured. Tortured. That's what it felt like. The nerve's trying to get away from where they're poking. The artery's trying to move away from where they're poking. I didn't know arteries could move. Especially wrap around your hand. That's just... wonder why it hurts so much, huh? And then it took like 3 or 4 hours for it to kind of gradually work back down to where it was. On the bottom of my wrist. So then your whole arm is pulsating in pain. Because your artery that's not supposed to move moved. Just so nasty. Oof. That was so incredibly painful. Yeah, exciting. Exciting fun. Not at all. Wish my wrist would stop hurting. Well, it's not just this wrist. This one's starting to kind of feel it too. And I was like, oh, why are they both doing it at the same time?
Like she is. She's got the phone like this in her one hand.
Where?
The lady just turned left.
Oh, lovely. Have you heard of hands-free yet? So they got powerful speakers, microphones, and phones.
I just turned on speakerphone instead of.
Oh yeah, like, you know, these new cars, you link it into the Bluetooth into your freaking car thing here.
If you want to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Grab the ice pack from Minnie. Oh.
Yeah, Northland Restaurant Group.
That's
They own the
interesting.
Hardee's here too.
That has changed. I wouldn't be surprised if it's south.
Yeah.
South it.
It's not doing too well.
This intersection of two highways. Other than that, north is more effective. More
Yeah, well, at the moment it is.
I'm
And
just
there's
saying.
more people working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Consolidate one for the other, I suppose. Yeah.
That's what they were doing in Manda, and they just shifted all their stuff to Bismarck.
Yeah.
It's too bad because that was a nice store. Man,
Good location.
that's why they built it. His assistant was Tammy, and then Tammy took over from Dennis. And after she got married, I don't know if she. We did a lot of training.
Yeah. Used to do it in Ghost.
Yeah.
Well, Williston was always so busy.
Well, yeah,
They
it's
would
just slowed
send
down.
people to Mandan. I mean,
Was Devils Lake part of the same district?
at one time it was.
Wow, that'd be a long drive from Devils Lake to
Well, that was the
Williston.
trouble with the managers. They were spread so thin.
They probably still are since that time we went. When we went.
Why did they?
for the
Why did they do
reunion,
the trainings in Williston?
because
that seems-
Williston was a good store. They did lots of business and they did it good.
Well, Minot did that too.
Not as
Well, before the oil, I mean.
not as good.
Really? Even before the oil, Williston was doing better?
Most recent.
Wow.
They did it for the first boom,
Yeah, I know.
and then
In the 80s.
when I went there, they were like busy all the time.
But you went there before the oil, the second boom of the oil happened.
Yeah, I did.
And they were still,
busy.
wow, that's surprising. So I was considered at that time Williston was, unless it was like band day or something, it was really like dead.
Seemed like a small town.
It was back
but
before
they
the
were
oil.
Busy.
That's that because there really wasn't any of the restaurants really there.
Yep.
They didn't have much of anything back then really.
Scratched up for record.
They had a couple of bars and they had like maybe one other family restaurant. That was it. There was nothing else.
We're getting a Walmart.
Yeah, I think they were, but it wasn't a super Walmart. It was just a regular Walmart.
Well, what
At the
did
time.
we start with? We started with a little Walmart
Yep.
Yeah.
over there.
Mhm.
Big one is so fun to go to.
No. They just order stuff, you know. Too much walking.
Well, they do training in all different places, so that people all don't have to drive like a gazillion
Right,
miles.
right.
Well, yeah.
Get put up for days and weeks
Well, they had you there
in a
for weeks.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in a hotel.
Yeah.
I didn't know why they couldn't do it here.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Of course, when you got back, you had to do it the Joanne way anyways.
Yeah.
That's why she wouldn't go over any of she didn't go over any of that stuff with me.
And they just assumed you knew it.
No, they just said,
Well, you need to know it.
you'll get that from Joanne. Joanne will show you how to do it.
Never did.
Or she'll talk to you about that.
Superview taught then?
Not much.
You just made a body to work there.
See you there for 3 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They worked with me with money. First, they worked with me with orders.
Oh, ordering stuff.
No. Just taking orders, which I'd already did.
Oh,
And they never
you were a
trusted
supervisor
me
for so long. You were a supervisor.
because the people there that were training me
Yeah.
didn't know me.
Yeah.
They didn't trust me when I said something. They didn't believe me. They said, no, this is this. This is this. No. I said, yes, it is. And Sharon would come out and say, yes, that's right.
It's kind of like when I went down here for Sweet Kids. They'd ask a question, they'd say, Sarge, all we want you to say is compensating measures. We don't want need detailed tactical analysis. I think that you're way beyond that.
That's something.
That's why I'm in school.
When we had the soft serve ice cream and we did it at night,
Yeah.
I said, well, I can do that part. This is the same as the one I use. Do you know how to do that? No. Yeah. We do it like every night. Take it apart, clean it out, wash it up, put it back together when morning. Yeah, I know how to do it. They didn't believe me then either.
Well,
Friday?
it's like when I changed bases. The same thing. Even squadrons. Sometimes they act like it. I know in Wyoming, it's like, I came to Wing Security. We didn't ask for you. We don't want you. Geez,
That's
love you
encouraging.
too very much.
That's encouraging.
6 months later, you're never leaving.
Yeah.
Okay. After
Then you get orders. Then you get orders.
really high evaluations and everything, and our crew had a perfect.
Well,
So maybe we were on something that was sweet or something.
I really liked the red truck next to us.
yeah, well, there was another red vehicle parked behind us. They're parked over here. So anyway. Yeah. That's nice. Thought they already did that. Thought they already tore out a bunch of this road.
Guess what? Must be time to take off. It's just some time. Some more over
They haven't dug them all up yet.
there. Apparently, you must have missed a few. More spots. Yeah, looks like one area's gonna be
Comfort Care, Ralph's. Whatever that was.
must be a different route. It is really nice. Hopefully it's a lake.
Rich too.
No, Rich was there. Then I think was fishing. Probably Doug's Lake. That's what he does a lot of fishing.
I didn't even know we had salmon in our lake.
Big lake?
Yeah.
Saukawea? Yeah.
Salmon.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it's big enough lake. They think it's real big.
Yeah, but usually salmon has to
Go out in the ocean.
go upstream or something.
Well, they do. And they do. They can go up some little small tributaries from the rains there. But,
Everybody's getting work done. Street work. More lines and stuff all over.
we are going to the bank this week.
For cookies. day.
Last time we looked.
Maybe.
And I thought about making some of those sugar-free cookies.
Thought about ordering some of those sugar-free wafers.
Yeah.
Sugar-free wafers.
Yep. Or chocolate. Well, sort of.
Chocolate wafers.
Kind of. They're like Kit Kats without the chocolate covering.
Oh.
Call them like Vault. You can get them from Walmart. I got them a long time ago and I stuck them in the freezer. I'd take them out every once in a while and have one or two.
I haven't seen them. They are?
I don't have any in the house. I thought about buying some.
I was going to say, I have them in the freezer.
No, they're not in the house. I used to have them. I bought them last year to test out. I am full. My normal Mr. DeVille. Weird filmy. I just thought it felt weird that I had 3 sips of it and I felt like I was gonna throw up.
Yeah, probably not ready for caramel.
I like caramel.
Yeah, I know.
But it didn't taste like caramel to me.
What's the plane? What's the plane to?
I don't know, falling out of the sky, I don't know. Let me look at the thingy here. Planes like to fall out of the sky all the time. They just had a wrestler guy that was he had COVID earlier in the year, and he had a heart attack like a couple days ago and died.
He was 36.
COVID?
36, yeah, he was 36 years old.
You just got COVID?
He got COVID back in February,
Oh, okay.
but he had a heart attack recently and died, and it was really shocking because he was 36 and he was in really good shape.
No guarantees of anything.
I mean, like 2 years ago, he won the world championship thing.
Like you said.
Like really young, really in good shape.
Yeah.
Denver is arriving. Let's see where it is on the map here. It is. It's supposed to arrive. Oh, okay. Won't arrive for another hour. Okay. It was supposed to arrive at 2:22, but now it's saying it's not going to arrive till 3 o'clock something. An hour and 4 minutes till it's supposed to touch down. Okay, so back to Minot.
Somebody to share over from Salem.
So departures. Well, see, that one was supposed to also take off at 3:22. Now won't be there till 3:22. So there's no arrivals or departures because it was delayed. It was supposed to. Delta was supposed to be. Or United from Denver was supposed to be here in at 2:36. But it was delayed and it's not going to be here till 3:20. So, there you go. I think there's a small Cessna. Yeah, small Cessna from Jamestown is heading up here. Looks like it. Might be a Learjet heading this way.
There's a ladder. Wow. Talk about an extension ladder. That's an extension ladder. As long as you get it
There's a plane that's going over Minot right now.
Looks like they're working on the roof. Along with everything.
How about this for a plane ride? London to San Francisco.
Too long in the air. How long have they been in the air?
7 hours and 43 minutes. Still got 2.5 hours to go.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours.
And then there's another one that's right behind that one. Not too far. And it's going from Frankfurt, Germany to Las Vegas. And then there's one way back there that's going from London to Las Vegas.
Frankfurt's a long ways to
Yeah, it is.
to Vegas. Non-stop?
Yep. Then there's one that's over by Kenmare right now. That's going from Frankfurt to LAX.
Yeah, very long.
Long flight there. They've been in the air from Frankfurt 8 hours and 41 minutes. They still got another 2 hours and 46 minutes to go.
Yeah.
That's a long flight. Well, Frankfurt to Vegas has been in the air 8 hours and 32 minutes and still got 2 hours and 20 minutes to Vegas. Those are big planes.
The screen's got things locked down.
Yeah. Yep. 3, Bobby. Oh, there's a plane ride. Dubai to New York.
Mm-hmm.
There's a plane ride.
15 hours.
Something like that, no. Amsterdam to Los Angeles. That's a plane ride too.
A lot of time zones.
Oh, here you go. Here's a long one. Chicago to Seoul.
Korea.
They've been in the air an hour and 40 minutes. They will be arriving in 11 hours and 47 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Australia or
Jesus, that's long distance. Yeah.
New Zealand or something. Longer.
One of the comedian guys was telling me about that. They had a non-stop flight on a 787. It was going from New York to New Zealand. Guess how long that non-stop flight is?
22 hours.
22 hours.
People do go in there.
He says, you watch a movie, you watch another movie, you watch another movie, they feed you,
meals.
you sleep for 8 hours, and there's still 12 hour diff and go.
Yep. It's too long to be here.
It's like, yeah.
And you're flying over a lot of nothing ocean. There's
Yeah.
a lot of extra places to land.
Oh, yeah. That's what they.
Buy some premium hamburger.
Oh, premium. We can celebrate the rich people.
You can't imagine what those tickets cost.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely want first class.
Mhm.
I don't know where they're before.
I don't know.
That's what we could have done with my free tickets. We could have went to New Zealand here
Oh yeah, that would have been fun.
for free, probably in front of
Yeah.
heaven too.
Yeah, that would have been fun. They're flying at 40,000 feet. 40,000 feet at 550 kilometers an hour. Yeah.
Well, it'd be the same thing for the
Knots or whatever it is.
for
550 knots at 40,000 feet. Yeah.
figure out a way to go supersonic without making a move.
Get into the jet stream. Get into the jet stream.
Let's bring back the Super Concorde.
Yeah.
30 minutes to get in.
Yeah, and you
Suck
need
the
to.
fuel like
Yeah, well, yeah. Use 15% of your fuel on takeoff.
Yep.
To get to cruising altitude.
Yeah,
Pull up next to one of those tankers, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Slow down to one screw. Well, need one engine to get up behind that bomber.
Well, it's easier than when the Buffs first came out. They had to chase that K97.
Yeah. At stall speed.
Yeah, on stall speed for a Buff, and then they had the KC97 prop in to drive as fast.
Well, that one guy was saying they shut down a couple engines to get. They shut down like the middle two engines, and they're just using the outwing engines to get in to keep. And they're flying at like literally stall speed on those four engines. Their stock went down because of that, all the problems. A lot of them in California just, till we need them.
Used to have miles of cars.
I only have miles of engines.
Truck to nowhere.
Used to be periodically it was the top engines were 50.
Until they need them. Yeah, I thought that was a train, one of the trains at first. I was like, I know. But they're not just sitting full of diesel fuel. It's worse in there. It tells you how much cargo is being run. All the engines is sitting.
I don't know what the deal is if there's rebuilds or salvage or whatever.
I don't know.
For a while there was
Nothing
all
there.
just cars out there.
Yeah.
And then they disappeared and they were all gone.
That's a lot of engines. Well, they're not moving as much stuff as they used to. Because we're not getting as much stuff from train as we used to. So,
That's kind of short. See a lot of
well, the next two and a half weeks, there's not really anything forecasted for moisture, and there's not. Temperatures are going to be in the mid 80s, so it's not going to be terribly hot. So, they wait for a little bit longer, or do they start getting it out of the ground now? We didn't get that much rain. We got buckets of rain, but thankfully we didn't get too much hail. I didn't see any hail in the cameras when we went at our house. I think the most rain we saw at the house for like those 2 days were well under half an inch. Oh yeah, some of those areas that got dumped on, but
yeah, they showed it and it looked like it was
some areas got really big hail.
like a blizzard. Is what
Yeah.
it looked like when they showed it.
They got small hail, but it was a lot of it.
Wind.
But luckily it was so hot, so most of it melted on the way down. Thankfully. I don't think I saw any. I didn't see any that was like reported to be like big hail, even though the radar said big hail up in the cloud. Because some of the hail, well, some of the hail out of the clouds were saying 2.5 inch hail, but they said that the biggest they ever reported was like dime size or something.
And the train coming.
Another train. But from where?
I think they're over there, but I don't know.
No idea. Nope.
Yeah, sounds like
Hopefully they're moving quick. Fast moving. Fast, shorter. Or a very slow one.
Moving pretty fast. Might be just moving grain cars.
Could be. Me. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Options. Yeah.
That's why it's moving so slow.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to rush in the yard too much. There's a whole bunch of cars.
Yeah.
They're on a different track now.
Back up this one.
Maybe.
Can't turn around and get out of this.
Yes.
Might be a good idea because my
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what my bladder's saying. Same as mom's.
It's closed.
Well, I guess we're both back.
goes nowhere. This one's
This one's got a stop sign.
Oh, well, yes, we're going back up north. Well, there you go. Went one way, now we go back the other. Many millions of dollars on each one of those things. Please. I don't think I can make it home.
Alright. It's not that far.
Yeah.
We have a green.
All that coffee from earlier is kicking in now.
That's what I don't get. I didn't even drink all my coffee, and I didn't drink any water. You did take my meds.
Have a good afternoon. We'll talk to you later. Keep 0Ks at KC at 73.
73, 0Ks.
I didn't eat mine. I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Juicy.
Kind of messy.
Juicy fruit.
Actually, I liked it better. I thought it was.
Yeah, I probably would too. But
Yep.
it's sliding all over the place.
It's more fun that way. Yes.
Yeah.
Traffic was until 3 o'clock. School time was 3:30.
Boy, better get home. Our kids gotta get out of school.
You think? Yeah.
It's kind of a
Strange situation. Milo's having fun today. So.
Mm-hmm.
said no. So then the maintenance guy said yes. Higher up said no. So okay, he could have keep his club membership on and work his club station off his phone. Share it with everybody else that's on there. But that would be one way, and then he could get something like a open spot and use that to go worldwide on all kinds of stuff. Apparently not. So, of course, if he turned on his bow funds, we might hear him once in a while. He's got several.
Something him and Mary had in common.
Howard actually operated for a while. He ran bars out of that apartment.
Well, I thought Kevin's was in the trees too.
The other long wire is.
But not this leafy thing.
I did do tests on him because he's had to move around, and if his son gets a position moving up somewhere else, then he would have to pack it all up and go somewhere else. Right? He tried to set it up, say in Bismarck or October. He's the head.
Wherever
Yeah.
they send him.
Yeah, he's the head guy here.
They never said with that kid that is missing from what's in the town? The Indian kid that's been
Yeah.
missing. They never said if he actually made it to school or to football practice.
I don't know. Didn't really look too much on it. There was like saying he was missing. That's all I saw.
Yeah. But they said he was headed to school and then he had football practice
I have
after
no idea.
school.
Didn't look that far into it.
School or not?
No, they didn't.
No idea.
They said he did call at like 1 o'clock in the morning
Kind of
yesterday.
strange time.
But after that, his phone was turned off.
Doesn't sound
Oh, Trump's face is being used for memes all over the place now.
good. Raising money, big money.
Well, maybe not on this meme, but whatever.
Well, you have to pay to use his likeness.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, you can tell school's out.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was swamped.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's school out time.
How busy it gets.
Yeah.
All the kids back and forth anymore.
Not for 20 years, dear.
Yeah.
Too long.
Longer than that, actually. 'cause I think
Yeah.
A couple days.
It is 21 years since Jeff graduated.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Graduated in 2002.
Yeah. Hard to believe.
parking lot or something?
You will not bore they. That's what it is.
Something.
Is it there when we came by the first time?
I don't remember it being there. Different angle, different look.
Melly butter. Butter was on sale. I didn't know that. Or if I did, I forgot. Next Friday.
Or something.
Yeah, because Labor Day is coming. They're already starting Labor Day sales.
Next Friday.
Yep.
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
Second, third. Yep. That's the end of the campus.
Then it'll be time to go to the national parks. Then it'll be a time to go to the national parks after Labor Day because you can get in there without a permit.
Well, no, we got the free.
Yeah, but even with the free thingy
Oh,
between
yeah.
Memorial Day and Labor Day, you have to get registered.
And hope.
Yeah, well,
Pay extra and hope.
and you can't film in the parks. What a stupid thing that is.
Can't film.
You can't take video of inside the parks, national parks anymore. Because some little deal that, some court battle about something with using cameras.
3,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, when it's only a year newer than this one.
yeah.
I wonder why. Why is it so much more expensive?
Well, I think they said they bought their 20 and it was 43 when they wrote it or something. That's what kind of
Who knows? They got a Prius.
But like here in Cherokee's 40-something thousand
Because,
dollars.
yeah. It's trail hawk.
The price of dropping does look like.
No.
Seems like they all lot trucks and jeeps.
Mhm.
So,
But sales, maybe.
sure don't see many minivans.
Not too many.
New or otherwise.
Well, not at Cartiva.
Hmm?
Well, not over here at
Well,
Cartiva.
over there, too.
Yeah.
That's a Toyota, whatever.
What if you have a sticker on it? That usually means sold. Okay. So the car wash with the trailer.
I think so, but you never know. Oh, it's closed. You got the stamp closed on. Probably not much business. Oh, looks like they're working on it. Yeah, nothing new. Quarter things.
Precious.
Russia.
Yeah, well, they're regular stuff or something. Whatever they are.
Sits in a wet environment all the time, so it's probably rusty.
Well, I don't know. That stuff won't rust. But the bearings on it, it's
Yeah.
more structure.